Check 1, 2, the Fat Master Big Mike, the almighty Triple XL. Chiming in one time for your mind. From MacCity.com, man, Mac City Limits Radio Show and PowerandStrategy.com. Man, okay, I know. It's been a minute, man, but, YouTube, man, is it's a negative place, man. I'm trying to get my mind right. I'm trying to get into a positive frame of thought here, man. And, most of the Mac City players know that I've been trying to get my health correct, man. Get rid of this brain fog and shit. And that has a lot to do with what I ingest as far as the food is concerned. You know what I mean? Vitamins and minerals and whatnot. And also that entails what I take in spiritually and psychologically, man. So a lot of this YouTube shit sometimes, man, is just bad for the soul. You know what I mean? And before I continue with that, let me go ahead and tell O'Shea, yes, brother, I got the plaque. Appreciate the Editor's Choice Award for the best pre-recorded podcast. Once again, man, mad props and shout outs to O'Shea Duke Jackson. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, we're going to go ahead. We're going to talk about a little something today, since I was talking about something that you may or may not feed your spirit here on YouTube. A lot of negative shit, man. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of positive shit going on. And I don't know, right about now, let me just say this might be negative for most of you cats, what I'm about to spit right now, man. You know what I mean? It might be a little negative. So if you one of them sensitive ass niggas, man, if you wearing your panties, if you got tampons between your ass cheeks, let me explain something to you about Mac City, man. We keeps it a buck over here, man. We keeps it 100. So once again, man, if you really upset, you get upset really easy about things that you don't necessarily agree with, brother, you're gonna have to kick rocks. Alright, where was I? Shit. Had a momentary interruption there. This might be quite negative. I'm gonna try to control myself. I'm gonna try to control the negativity that may flow out of my mouth here. And go ahead and unsubscribe, nigga. Go ahead and unsubscribe. We're gonna talk about Kanye West and his comments about slavery of choice. And I don't mind cats disagreeing with Kanye. That's not the problem, man. The issue is the butthurt and the sensitive nature of most of you niggas, man, about the whole situation. It's like, whew. Like, did any of y'all motherfuckers have fathers in your life? Like, god damn. Niggas is lit, man. Y'all niggas is crying about this shit. First of all, let me say, man, I'm gonna tackle this shit from an art of war standpoint. From a Sun Tzu Miyamoto Musashi standpoint, my whole life I have been military minded. You know what I mean? I'm a Desert Storm, Desert Shield veteran. Did a tour of duty, so to speak, in one of the worst prisons in Ohio. You know what I mean? Worked in that bitch for a decade. Lifelong martial artist, judo, jiu-jitsu, boxing, wrestling. My whole makeup, man, my whole mindset is that of a soldier and a warrior, man. So a lot of this crying and belly aching that's going on about Kanye's comments is foreign to me. It's just foreign to me, and I agree with his assessments. Maybe we need to crack open a dictionary and see what the word choice means. Choice means options. Choice means choosing amongst those options. And nigga, just because you don't like the options that you have to choose from does not mean that it's not a choice. You feel me? Just because you don't like the options doesn't mean that you didn't have a choice in the matter. Alright? Now, a lot of niggas is whining and belly aching about the, how you have a choice of being a slave and not being a slave. First of all, we going back to the genesis of this shit, man. You know what I mean? I basically understood what the fuck he was saying. I don't see why y'all don't, but It's a situation where you go back to the very beginning of this transatlantic slave trade or whatever. There's options for the black folks, man, not to even be draped off into this shit, man. I don't know whether it's a lack of intelligence. I don't know whether it was just, I don't know what it was that made niggas so dense that they would fall for the okie doke to get trapped on them slave ships and brought over here. I don't know what that is, man, but there's a choice that you had to make, man. It was a choice. Get on them ships or not get on the ship. That was your choice. Once again, just because you don't like the options don't mean it's not a choice. And I know, once again, most of you niggas is thinking like civilians. I don't think like a civilian. I think like a soldier. I think like a warrior in the game. I think like a Sun Tzu. I think like a Niccolo Machiavelli. I think like a Miyamoto Musashi. And just because you don't like the options in the choice does not negate the fact that you had a choice. See how we get down over here at Mac City, man, like me and Tony, man, we hold, the Asiatic arts in high esteem, man. We think about the ninjistic practices, Budo, Bujitsu, you know what I'm saying? We think about samurai, Ronins. When we think about just all the Asiatic martial arts, man, it's like death before dishonor. A samurai would rather gut himself, commit harikari, seppuku. I think that's the word for it. He would rather sit down, take out his tanto, and gut himself, kill himself before he faced dishonor. That, my friend, is a choice. That, my friend, is a dedication to excellence. That, my friend, is a dedication to honor and intestinal fortitude, which the modern day nigga is lacking, obviously, because he's too busy whining and crying and basically taking his marching orders from liberal pussy motherfuckers, man. Nigga, you have a choice in everything. Just because you don't like the options in the choice does not mean that it's not a choice. You feel me? Once again, we fucking with Asia, man. We fucking with the Orient. They would rather kill themselves than be dishonored. That is the choice. You know what I mean? That is what we talking about here. But not in the mind of the Negro. He is so busy, like I say, taking his marching orders from the liberal. You know what I mean? It's like, nothing is your fault. You couldn't help it. They treat you like pet dogs, patting you on the head, give you a cookie and shit, man. That's not how we don't get down like that over here, man. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. You have a choice. Succeed or fail. Or what Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. Yeah, y'all don't want to fuck with it. I know, nigga, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. It ain't going to change the fact that, nigga, you at the bottom. And how are you going to remedy not being on the bottom? You're going to have to change your thought process, man. The thought process is there is no excuse for failures. All right? Once again, because you don't like the options in the choices that you are presented with does not mean that you don't have a choice. But we was born into slavery. Well, shit, tough shit, man. It's like, well, either you're going to go ahead and make something happen, make something shake, and not be a slave, or you just going to continue being a slave. I know you don't like the choice that you have to make there. You may die in the process of not being a slave or trying to free yourself. But, like I said, just because you don't like the options in the choice, don't negate the fact that you have choices to make. This is some real world military science. I'm kicking the niggas. I know you don't want to hear it. It hurts your feelings. It's too hard. It's too tough. It's rough on your ears. I dig it, man. I dig it. Especially if you're a Christian nigga, man. You know what I mean? If you're a Christian nigga, what did Jesus do? What did Jesus do? Jesus had a choice, didn't he? He had a choice to get on the cross or call down a legion of angels to basically wreck shop. And what did he do? He made a choice, right? Now, yeah, he was presented with presented with bad options here. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess you could say, no, his options were a bit better than the average Negro. Because, like I said, he had a legion of angels according to your mythology in which he could call on. But yet and still, he made a choice. He made a call. He said, for the greater good, I have to sacrifice myself. I have to pay the sins for these freeloading ass niggas. That's what I have to do. Because these niggas, they always want somebody to pay their way. You know what I mean? So I've been sent from the heavens by the Father, and even though I have prayed that the cup be passed from me, so I would not have to endure this indignity and this pain, I'm still going to do it. Yes, it was a choice. Of course it was a choice. And if you say it's not a choice, then it basically negates the value of the sacrifice. Oh, but you don't hear me though. Yes, Jesus, according to you niggers, right, he had a martial warfare mindset because there was no excuse for failure. He had a mindset in which he had a mission to accomplish, and even if that meant he died in the most painful, gruesome way possible, it didn't matter. He had a mission to complete, and he went ahead with it, and that was his choice. Death before dishonor. Damn. He chose death. And, I don't know, man. I told myself I wasn't going to be a dick on this. But I have ceased to, it didn't work. I have failed in that endeavor. Because I'm just tired of the pussy shit, man. I'm tired of it. You can disagree. It's all good. We can all disagree, man. But just listen to these niggas whine and cry every fucking 5 seconds about something they don't agree with, man. It's like, damn. And basically, look, if y'all don't change y'all perspective, man, y'all don't change your modus operandi, you don't change your philosophy about what it really takes to be free. I mean, you gonna be the liberals' pets. That's what you gonna be. You they goddamn pets. You they dogs. They pat you on your head and give you doggy treats. You feel me? No, you don't want to fuck with it, but that's what it is. So that's what we faced with here, man. We can go back to the Vietnam War. Niggas is always crying about, well, that's not fair because they have this and they have that and they got the guns and they got the tanks. And what's we supposed to do? Damn, let's ask the Viet Cong, man. Shit. Go back to Vietnam. They was basically outclassed militarily by the United States. They basically beat the United States with AKs. And we had tanks and bombers and all sorts of crazy shit. Outclassed militarily. You know what I mean? Bar none. Shit, Viet Cong couldn't fuck with us, as far as the military machine. But they stuck to their guns, death before dishonor. And they made it so that, the war was just so ugly, it just wasn't worth fighting no more, man. So it could be done. It's possible if you have the warrior mindset. You know what I mean? If you're in a situation where you just refuse to bow down, you refuse to be a slave, it could be done. It could be done. But not in the mind of the Negro. Negro's too busy crying. Take that tampon between your ass cheeks, boy. This is how we getting down over here. I know. I failed miserably in being diplomatic on this podcast here. You know what I mean? But yeah, Sun Tzu, Art of War, Miyamoto Musashi, Niccolo Machiavelli, 48 Laws of Power, all these things should have taught you motherfuckers something, man. I don't know, are y'all reading these tomes, these works of art? Are y'all reading them? I can't tell. Some of y'all niggas who claim to, be students of the game, students of the Art of War, co-signing with this crying ass shit, man. I don't, the excuses have got to stop, man. So yeah, just because you don't like the options in a choice that you have to make does not negate the fact that you have choices to make. That's right. Death before dishonor. We follow the way of the samurai over here. Shit, it is what it is. Either succeed or fail. Either sink or swim. Either do or do not. There is no try. All right? And all the whining and crying and belly aching and you getting your marching orders from the liberals telling you it ain't your fault and you couldn't help it and you couldn't stop what was coming. Y'all gonna have to snap out of that shit, man. It is your fault. No matter what happens. Ultimately, it's up to you. Everything starts with the self. And from there, branches out. Everything goes outward from there. So, black man, understand this. The blame rests squarely on your shoulders. We have failed as men to make sure that our women and children do not become untouchables or second-class citizens and shit. And I know you don't want to hear it. I know, you and your feelings about it. But, this is warrior shit, man. Only a warrior can feel this. Only a warrior can fuck with this, man. If you's a civilian, if you's a female-ass nigga, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.